Hey everyone, Marco here. Lots of cool comics this week. Stay tuned. So this week was a huge week for comics. Lots of cool books that came out this week. At Pops, we had literally our shelves are just lined, just completely full, crammed with books on it. Barely had enough room to get them all up on there. But that's a good thing. I'm excited when it happens. It's a bad thing because it you might leave with a little bit heavier of a stack and spend a little bit more money than what you wanted to do. But it's pretty cool at the end of the day. Sometimes you got lighter weeks, sometimes you got heavier weeks. This week's a heavier week. And we're going to go ahead and get into it with the books that I picked up this week, which include Star Wars High Republic number 2. This is continuation from the last issue that everyone went crazy about. I really enjoyed the first issue. This issue was pretty good. Getting a little bit more into the story. I don't think anything kind of crazy happens, you know. I was actually more interested in the High Republic Adventures number 1, which you get to meet some new characters, and I feel like everything is going to kind of start to connect a little bit. So you got 2 different stories going on, and I thought there were some pretty interesting characters in here. So I would definitely give this one a read. Now, Adventures. The Star Wars Adventures are like children's stories, but I really liked the book. I thought it was solid, and I feel like it's a solid like counterpiece to go with it, or pairing piece more so. And I even picked up the 1 in 10 variant, which this one might be a little shiny because it's already bagged and boarded, but got a cool Yoda cover. Everyone freaked out about the last Yoda cover, and I was like, I really like this cover, so I want to make sure I pick it up before it gets stupid expensive for whatever reason, just in case. And then the last Star Wars book I picked up was another Star Wars Adventures. This is Adventures number 3. I haven't read any of the, just like the number 1 and number 2 yet. But this mall cover was just so sick. This is the cover B. The cover A has like some kind of Wookiee on there. Kind of looked like Tarful, but I don't think it was Tarful. It might be Tarful though. I don't know. I don't remember. But I like the cover A, and this one, you know, the Adventures. The regular Adventures series, anyway, they do like 2 different stories. So the first story is an Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon story, and the second story is Maul and Savage. And both of them, I think, will continue into the next part. I don't think anything that happened in 1 or 2 affects these. I think they might just be kind of like 2-part stories. Maybe. I'm not really entirely sure, but, you know, I'll pick up the next issue and see where that leads, because pretty fun, inconsequential little stories. Also, moving on to Marvel now, I got Chillers number 4. Marvel Action Chillers number 4. And this is, again, another like children's book, but it's been a fun story. I really enjoyed this. I think this is the conclusion. But, you know, it had Ironheart throughout, not this whole book, but well, actually, I guess all of them in there, but throughout the whole series, you've had Ironheart, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Werewolf Cap, Elsa Bloodstone, which you rarely get to see Elsa Bloodstone in anything, Wasp, Spider-Man, like just a ton of fun characters in this. So I really enjoyed Marvel Action Chillers. Kind of sad that it's done, but it was a fun little ride. We have Venom, number, what is this, 33, Venom 33, which is a pretty neat, you know, cover A here. It was actually a pretty good book. We're getting into I feel like things are about to really go down. You know, we're getting deep into the King in Black stuff, so it's coming together. And then I got the cover B here too. This is the Stegman cover, and I just love Stegman's work on Venom. Like, I could watch Stegman draw Venom all day because it's just always amazing. We got some King in Black crossover. Well, I guess that's a King in Black crossover too, but we got Mauraders. Now, I haven't read any Mauraders, so this is the first time actually me reading any Mauraders. And it was pretty cool. Got to see, you know, there's a bunch of cool X-Men, Bishop and Kitty Pryde, and Magneto's there, and Emma Frost, and Pyro, and So a bunch of characters that I'm familiar with. I've just never read Mauraders before, but it was a fun little book. Curious to see, kind of hinted at like, it felt like this was more of like an introduction, and like in case you're not familiar with Mauraders like me. So it's like, here's kind of the team, and then it seems like they might be doing cooler things in the next issue, I feel like. Then we got Gwenom VS Carnage #2, and this one's pretty cool. I'm a little confused. I mean, I will say I feel like it doesn't make any sense why she's Carnage, unless I missed something in the first issue. But everybody's getting nullified or whatever. But for whatever reason, she specifically, Mary Jane, turns into Carnage. And I feel like that's just because they wanted it to be Gwenom versus Carnage. And there's not really a reason behind it other than that. Now I understand, Carnage is a symbiote, but like nobody else is turning into like a Carnage symbiote. It's all just, nullified stuff. I don't know. Fun book, but I don't know. It seems to be a little bit nonsensical in that. Seems like a bit of a stretch, I guess I'd say. Then I got Black Knight #1, another King of Black tie-in. Pretty fun book. I like the Black Knight. I think he's a cool character. I like his ebony sword. Has Swordmaster and Arrow you get to meet in here, which I wasn't familiar with those characters, and they seemed pretty fun. So excited to see where that story goes. And then we got Return of the Valkyries, which I actually I really enjoyed the first one, and this one took a bit of a different step. Introduced Danny Moonstar, which I wasn't expecting, which I didn't know. Apparently, I think she used to be a Valkyrie, is what it seems like. I'm not familiar with that part, but that's what it seems like, and maybe she'll be joining up again. Hard to say. It's a little misleading though, because we got some Sentry stuff last time. We're trying to like save Sentry's soul basically, and even though he's on the cover, there's no Sentry in this. And then the last book that I read, which I think is the 10th book. I think there's 10 books. This is called, hold on, I got a virgin cover. Deep Beyond. I want to call it Deep Abyss for whatever reason. Because I think in the book they mention going into the abyss or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm just got that in my mind for whatever. But, so this was the Virgin Momoko cover. I think the regular Momoko was the cover B anyway. And then they also had the cover C was the Virgin cover, and then the cover D was the sketch. But it wasn't like a 1 in 10 variant or anything. It was kind of weird, but whatever. I thought it was a cool cover. And I don't know, has just a claustrophobic vibe, I guess you'd say, to it. Just with it all being dark, and you got this little blip of light, and that like that is you. So cool cover, cool book. It's #1, a brand new Image comic. Kind of dystopian future. I don't know what happened. You get a little bit of hints in the book that something happened. I think it's 85 years ago or something like that. I don't know, some kind of chemical something or another, maybe an alien thing. I have really no idea. But the world's basically like uninhabitable. You have like little stations, that people can live in. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. A lot of mystery still in there that obviously wouldn't be revealed in the first issue, but it might be something I keep picking up and reading because it was pretty cool. I was reading the first couple of pages and it's like, I don't know, and then all of a sudden it was like it just snaps on and it's like we're into the action, baby. So it was pretty cool. I picked up. I keep saying I'm going to do it. I picked up Strange Academy #8. I still have yet to read any Strange Academy. I have it all, and I'm going to read it one day, I promise. I also picked up what is this? Avengers 42, but it's the last. I don't know. Maybe the last Alex Ross Timeless cover. I heard something recently that there might be. I hear whispers at the shop. People come in and leaving all the time, and they bring their stories of things that may or may not be true. But somebody said something about there being more Timeless covers in the future. They didn't say of who or when or what or how, but take that with a grain of salt. I don't know. But regardless, that was a cool cover, and I have the rest of the set, so I had to pick up the Hawkeye one. And I think, unless I missed it I think there was only one Xenomorph cover this week. Maybe this is like the last of them. Maybe they're done. But the Hulk versus a Xenomorph, pretty rad. I like Hulk's got stabbed and whatever. They're like both just screaming at each other. Very, very Hulk way to handle that situation. But that is all the books that I picked up. I was kind of tempted. I'm thinking about that Star Wars High Republic, the number 2, 1 in 25. It was a really cool cover this week. I really liked. We got the 1 in 50 for Venom. That was a really sick cover. But I'm also trying to save some money because I'm also trying to get some graded keys and whatnot. A few things that I'm looking for. Like I'm trying to get the first cover for War Machine. I'm trying to get what was the other one I was looking at? I want the first Beta Ray Bill. So I'm like, maybe I should reallocate my money to like bigger things that I'm really trying to acquire right now. So I don't know. You gotta pick and choose your battles. Regardless, super awesome week for comics. I'd love to know what you got this week because, like I said, there was just tons of books, and I didn't even grab any DC, and there was tons of DC books that came out this week. There was a few other new, like smaller independent titles that came out, and I was just like, oh, man, I've already got 10 books to read. I don't know if I can do any more, but there's some of them looked pretty cool. If you've checked any of them out and you thought they're cool, let me know. I might pick them back up later and read those as well. So that'll be it for this week, though. I will be back Friday with some WandaVision. I'm really excited for that. I think this episode's going to be super sick. But as always, have a wonderful day and bye-bye.